Hello and welcome to this midday market mood check with me, Nandita Khemka. Well, it's not a pretty picture when you look at the markets because the Nifty is at the low point of the day around that 16,850 mark, and what's really causing the pressure today is the entire metals basket, the PSU banking pack as well as the Nifty IT pack. All the sectors are in the red, and sentiment is really cautious amid the global banking turmoil that is unfolding. Over the weekend we saw UBS in fact agreeing to take over Credit Suisse at a value of $3.2 billion, and what's really irked the shareholders is the fact that Credit Suisse bond worth somewhere around $17 billion will be written off, and that has caused the shareholders to fret over the entire deal. But over the weekend even a clutch of banks have come out with extra liquidity support for the banking system. So you had the likes of the Fed, Bank of England and central banks of Canada, Japan and Switzerland in fact undertake coordinated action to improve liquidity in the global financial markets. So if you look at the global futures, the Dow futures have come off literally 600 points from day's high. They were in the green in the morning, but now most of them have, all the three indices have given up most of their gains, and Asian markets of course also saw extremely weak trade, and we have had a rub-off effect of that on our markets as well. If you look at individual stocks, Adani Group of stocks are under pressure after they have frozen work on the 34,000 crore rupee petchem project, and if you look at Bajaj twins, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance, they are emerging as the top losers on the index. In fact, if I look at the markets right now, BPCL is the only Nifty gainer. It's gaining with it's trading with the gains to the tune of nearly 2%, but aside of that, almost all the other counters on the Nifty 50 index trading on in the red. Bajaj twins, as I mentioned, Adani Enterprises, Hindalco, Tata Motors, Tech Mahindra, Adani Ports, these are some of the top losers on the Nifty 50. If you look at the Nifty 500 indices, a lot of stocks reacting to news flow as well. Patanjali Foods is one that's down somewhere around 5% or so, given the fact that reports suggest that the promoters are not looking for another new share sale. They are mulling an offer for sale and or a QIP and to meet the minimum public shareholding norms. So on the back of that, the shares are under pressure. Balrampur Chini is another loser on the Nifty 500 index, down somewhere around 6.5%. Shares of Network 18 are down 5% also. IRB Infra, Adani Total Gas, Macrotech are some of the top losers on the Nifty 500 index. Let's also talk about some stocks that are in news. Tata Consumer is under pressure. It has halted its talks with Bisleri for a potential acquisition. SJVN is one counter that was up and about in trade on the back of an order win. Cochin Shipyard, that stock was up somewhere around 5% or so, as it has bagged an order worth 550 crore rupees. RVNL also buzzing in a weak market. It has emerged as the lowest bidder for HORC project worth somewhere around 1100 crore rupees. So all in all, the sentiment is pretty weak. We are seeing a lot of these stocks taking a beating in today's session, hardly any gainers, and advanced decline ratio was also somewhere around 1:4 when I last checked. So, and even the broader markets, if you see the mid-cap index, that's down about 1.5% or so. So all in all, the global financial turmoil has taken a toll on our markets, even though top banker Uday Kotak had tweeted a few days ago that even though the global financial system has taken a beating or so in the wake of the bank failures that we witnessed over the last 10 days or so, but our economy is on a strong footing given the fact that crude has come off its highs and it's somewhere around $71 last I checked. So Brent is slipping, and current account deficit is also shrinking. So on that front, I mean, Indian economy is rather resilient and on a firm footing. If you look at the other asset classes, gold is one asset class that is gaining. Gold prices have hit fresh record. The Indian prices were somewhere around 59,500 rupees per 10 grams, and otherwise even in the US it had hit an 11-month high. And if you look at Bitcoin, that had hit $28,000 for the the first time since June 2022. So all the safe haven assets are gaining. Crude is of course coming off, and stock markets are cautious ahead of the Fed's two-day FOMC meet that begins tomorrow as well. So we'll have to wait and watch for whether or not the Fed goes for a 25 basis point hike, or in fact it goes for a pause this time around. Well, that's it from me on this midday market mood check, but for more news and updates, stay tuned to Money Control.